Thanks for staying with us. Like I said, we're doing women empowerment right now as a topic. Women empowerment is essential for driving societal transformation and fostering equality. In Lagos, initiatives aimed at equipping young women with skills, mentorship, and opportunities are gaining momentum, underscoring the importance of investment in the potential of women. Empowering women goes beyond individual success. It strengthens communities, accelerates economic growth, and inspires generations to pursue greater heights. Programs that focus on mentorship, leadership development, and financial independence are paving the way for women to take on more significant roles in various sectors. Such initiatives break down barriers, challenge traditional stereotypes, and ensure women have the tools needed to thrive. In Lagos, these efforts are amplified by involvement of organizations and leaders passionate about creating pathways for women to succeed. The ripple effect of empowering women is undeniable. When women have access to opportunities, entire communities benefit from increased innovation, productivity, and cohesion. By prioritizing women empowerment, Lagos is setting an example for the world, showing that gender equality is not only a moral imperative but a practical strategy for building stronger and more inclusive society. But this should not be a story for just Lagos. It should be a story for Nigeria and the world over. Our guest this morning to look into some of these issues that we need to address for women to be empowered enough is Irene Eribo Ani, founder of Ebony Ambassadors Uk. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
And by the way, if you do not know, Irene is a United Kingdom or United Nations UK Women Delegate, Director Operations Nigeria or National Youth Council of Nigeria, Europe Chapter, and Brand Influencer Tap Brand. She has so much credentials attached to her name. It's a pleasure having you this morning. But
thank you.
Your work in the community, relating with the people and the grassroots and all that, has won you so many awards, which means you have experience in relating with the people who ordinarily do not have a voice and giving them a voice. In your interaction with the Nigerian woman particularly, what are the things you have identified that need to be looked critically into to give them the empowerment they need to contribute meaningfully to nation building?
I know that there is an issue with unemployment in the country, and my organization wants to say that once a young person is empowered through skill, they could be an employer of labor, and also they can also be an entrepreneur as well. Personally, I'm very passionate about skill empowerment because I know the usefulness of being skillful. And that is why my organization is championing empowerment for young people. Knowing that young people are the leaders, young people need to be engaged, young people need to be empowered to do better and to have a skill that they can run with. I think that is what is driving our organization.
Well, there are skills and there are skills. What kind of skills do you think our young in Nigeria need the most? What set of skills do you think they need the most?
I would say life skills, and it cuts across different aspects. So for us, we teach skills from hair braiding to sewing, beading, makeup, rhinestone embellishment, graphic design, and in course of these programs, or the workshops that we organize, we bring in motivational speakers. We bring in people who has worked through this path and who are doing well in their career. And the bottom line of all we're doing is for them to learn the skill and become an entrepreneur and also employ others who are out there looking for a job. So the skills, again, I'll repeat, are life skills, craft skills from hair braiding, beading, makeup, rhinestone embellishment, graphic design, knitting, and so on. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your interaction like with policymakers? Because if you enter a community and you want to carry out some things, there are people maybe that you have contacted. So are you having any collaboration with policymakers, that is government and other relevant authorities or the private sector and all that, or you're going it alone?
I think that's the reason why I'm in Nigeria at the moment. This program is to be launched next year. So we've been doing it in the UK for 10 years in a row. So the purpose is for the stage we are at the moment is for us to take it to different countries in Africa, not different countries, the 54 African countries, to copy our model. Because what we're doing is making the skill empowerment a creative competition where we bring in our youth together, teach them the skills, and a day is set aside, which is the grand finale, where they showcase all they have learned. And the winner is crowned a queen, which is the Miss Ebony. For us, Ebony is used as an acronym. The E stands for elegant, the B stands for bold, the O stands for originality, N stands for noble, and Y stands for youth. Your question on if I'm standing alone, I'm not standing alone. I'm here to put the word out there. We're looking for partnership. We're looking for sponsorship. We're looking for more collaboration. Later this afternoon, I'll be going to the relevant ministries who we want them to partner with us because it's quite a huge project that we can't do it alone. To some extent, we've got good grounds in London, but I want to bring it back home, and that is why I am here. And again, it's open to anyone who needs to partner with this vision. There's a vision that is to empower young people to gain life skill, which will enable them to be self-employed or take it as a hobby. And that is why we are here.
Let's start with an assessment of the success story in London or in the UK. How much of it has impacted on the youth population? Because when we see that and we want to replicate it, we should know the gains it has had elsewhere.
So the impact is unmeasurable. So when I say it's unmeasurable, over the years, we've got young people who are now business owners. When I mean young people who have passed through Ebony Skill Empowerment Initiative. Some have become business owners, some have taken it as a hobby, some have become employer of labor, and not only being empowered to learn skills, we also empower them to build their self-confidence, the ability for them to even interact, because through our study, we noticed that a lot of young people have got low self-esteem. So bringing them together to socialize with others, to work together, that has built their self-esteem, that has enabled them to being not afraid to do whatever they want to do. So it's not really about just the skill empowerment. A lot of stuff goes on along the way. This training runs for 3 months before we get to the grand finale. So talking about its impact is quite huge. That I don't even know the adjective to qualify how huge it is. But seeing what this event has done to a lot of young people in the UK, that alone has kept me going, that I want people in Nigeria and other African countries to also benefit from Ebony Ambassadors Skill Empowerment Initiative. Again, when we're doing the programs, we don't only teach them skills, we bring in speakers who have lived this path, who are doing very well with the skills that they've gained. We have top celebrities, and it's because of the work of their hands that they are who they are. So we bring in those people to encourage the young people to pick up skills. It's not all about white collar job. I'm not saying that white collar job is not good, but it is commonly say what you have in your hands, God will bless. So because I'm very passionate about skill, it's something I preach about every day, that young people should gain a skill. It has its own benefit. It's therapeutic. When you're skillful, there is a lot you could do and run with. So again, learning a skill is therapeutic. Learning a skill, you can be a boss of your own. Learning a skill, you can be an employer of labor. So I think the benefits is quite huge, and that is why we want to bring it back home.
Yeah, you said the 54 countries in Africa need to have the experience that you are having in the UK, and you want them to adopt the model that you've been using. Do you think the UK model will work 100% in Africa, or you've developed an African model, or are you developing a model for every country, knowing their unique problems that they might be going through?
It's universal. Universal. So I will explain the model. So the purpose of this initiative is to bring African youth together to learn a skill and also run with the skills that they've learned. So what we do, although we took the model of a beauty pageant because we crowned the winner as a queen, And we believe that there is a power vested on a crown queen to reign, and that will drive her to do more, and she will speak with authority while she's empowering others to do what she has learned. So the model is same skills from hair braiding to sewing, beading, makeup, rhinestone embellishment, graphic design, and a day is set aside where they will showcase all the skills that they've learned. And there are other categories like them showcasing their country. There is a segment where where they do current affairs. We want to test their knowledge about what's going on around them. And there are a panel of judges who determine the most creative among them or the most presentable. Every other activity that took place on the day will determine who becomes the winner. And these judges are independent judges. And once the score is quite high for the winner, we crown the winner Miss Ebony. And there are other titles. We have the Miss Creativity, we have the Miss Culture and Tourism, we have the Miss Bold, we have the Miss Elegant. These are words from Ebony. As I said, we use it as an acronym. So the E is for elegant. During the competition, we have the Miss Elegant, we have the Miss Bold, we have the Miss Originality, we have the Miss Noble, and the Y is on its own. But what I'm trying to say in the nutshell is that it's a model that anyone can replicate anywhere using the same name as Miss Ebony. Yeah. And that is why I'm on this station today, letting people know that we're calling for franchise. People can pick up this in different African countries. And once they get their winner, we will host the winner in London around July next year.
I'm just funnily concerned. You're having Miss Ebony, Miss Bold, Miss this. The last letter there is youth, right? For the Y is for youth. I wonder why all the youths have to be just girls. Do boys not need the empowerment that you are giving to people? I'm just wondering. Or you will crown a boy a Miss Ebony.
They do need empowerment.
So what is happening to the boys? Let me speak for my gender too.
But we are focusing on the girls, and I know there are other organizations who focus on just boys as well.
It keeps happening. Irene Eribo is calling on people to join her to empower the people, empower the girls. Let's be more specific now, and make sure that our country is better for it. Because they say when you empower a woman, you empower a community or you empower a nation, and so it's not out of place. But like I asked her, why is nothing done about the boys? She said some organizations may be doing this, but all the time when I see this and it's gender sensitive, it's just for the girls. So we're training our girls and leaving our boys most of the time, and this will not be good. They are the boys, it's the boys that really, well, let me not say that and get whooped by a lot of people. But as we train the girls, we should be training the boys as well. So if individuals are taking up responsibility of training the girls, for instance, maybe government should do something about training the boys, or make sure that the people who are training the girls are empowered enough to have the capacity to train both gender, because they will grow up together, they will live in the same society, and it shouldn't be that one is better than the other because they had all the opportunities that the others did not have. We've been talking to Irene. We may not return to her, but the message has been passed, and while she's still in Nigeria, we hope that the advocacy will be carried to the doorsteps of those who are relevant enough to listen to her and to take action where necessary. We wish her well, and we wish that the people who will be churned out after this has been launched next year will now improve the Nigerian situation with their skills, and also helping to correct the unemployment issues that we have here, because they will become employers of labor. That's how we wrap it up for today and for this week, and we'd like to thank you for being there and a part of our programs and programming. My name is Nyangul Agaji. Until Monday, bye for now.